we started off by adding our first topic, which is cron, being very generic, top level. And we got a list of, from the seed, a list of root keywords, a list of page opportunities. And each page opportunity is a type of content. So that page can be a roundup type content. It can be a solution type content, or it can be a guide how-to content for the keyword. It's determined based off of what is currently performing well on Google. And we're able then, and then we're able to take this a step further by finding other opportunities that live around a given route. So going through this list here, we're seeing, okay, cron guru, we have branded term, scheduler, cron schedule. We have several schedule keywords. I would see cron every 5 minutes. I would also see another every hour, for example. And that would lead me to assume there is a trend here. So I would take the common denominator, cron job every, and I would plug that in as a new topic, which I did right here, cron every. And that's where I was able to cluster all the different framing of the cron jobs that are required. Okay, 12 hours every day, 30 minutes every Sunday, and so on. And we have our data to support or push us away from a certain opportunity. The second approach would be a direct move of one of those pages to expand it. So there are two actions that we're looking to take here. Let's go back into cron. So we have cron log. Cool. We want to explore this a little more. And we know that can support its own cluster of pages, so its own ecosystem. If that is a valid argument, then we can take that from being a root of cron. We're going to move it to its own seed. And now we can dive into cron log by finding similar keywords that belong to that ecosystem. Cron calculator was one of the ones that interested me looking at the cron general seed. So that was moved into its own seed and expanded.
Yeah.
Okay. So each one of those being a potential opportunity for us to tap into, again, based off of the measurements that we're seeing here, should we lean towards or against a given keyword. I'll take cron job node, throw it in as, actually, no, in this case, I'll move it. So we'll search for it here. And then we're going to go into add similar keywords.
Yeah.
So running the algorithm for discovery to find page opportunities that fall within or hover around cron job node, where we can expect early success while we work towards long-term. Running through the next stage, which is creating the actual content. And that is determining the type and then creating the brief. So what that ultimately sets us up with is from root, from page parent keyword to a ready for content writer outline that has our headings, that has specific keywords that need to be injected into the content, and that has specific guidelines for the content writer to take it from outline into
actual
content completion. Yeah. So we're going to look for our first brief here.
Yeah. You have a next step where you export it or hand it over somehow, or is that the finalized? Oh, you could just copy to Google Doc. Yeah.
And we are, one of the updates that we're working in is an editor in app, so that you're able to use chat to modify and get it closer to what you're looking to execute or publish.
Yeah.